Welcome to Untitled Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Sagittarius for the month of August, late July, August 2022. So Sag, the element is fire with Leo, and for August, sorry, and then we have action happening with fire. We have all sorts of forward movement, lots of energy here. Also, you're in your ninth house, which is the house of far travel, far horizons, spiritual learning and spiritual interests come to the fore for the next 4 weeks. It's all about things that are far away that interest you. Even, you know, you might be booking tickets to go away next year, or you might, anything like that that involves far horizons is what this ninth house is about. And plus learning new things and educating yourself. So the energy is, we have the Ace of Cups. So there's some new upsurge of energy in your emotional life, Sag. And a reconnection, if you like, with somebody or something. It's up to you to decide what it is. A very positive card, like all the aces, very much positive, very much new beginning, and very much, in this case, quite emotional. Can be a soulmate. It's just a very strong connection with somebody, if it's a person, or some kind of thing, if it's a project. But emotions. Here we go. Okay, where you are right now. Six of Wands, so moving forward, Sagittarius, things going along quite well for you at the start of this 4 weeks. It's a Leo card, so it's very much in the fire sign sort of environment. Things just going well, having got things going to the way you want. Ongoing success is indicated here with the Six of Wands. Lots of movement, lots of balance in where you're going and how you feel you're managing, especially career, things like that for you, but generally yourself in the perspective of how you've got things sorted out at this time moving into the 8th month of the year. So beautiful card. So let's see what's influencing this and in turn the whole reading. And we have the Magician. So the Magician is all about new potentials, new risks. So as I always say, potential and risk on any new project or endeavour is always parallel. So it's always going to be, it's got a lot of potential, but then you've got to be aware of the risks. There's nothing in our life that is just all smooth sailing. There's always going to be obstacles, and it's sort of like a lesson in terms of, okay, as long as you realise the duality of this life, that's positive and negative and all that kind of business, you'll be fine. But this new project looks really great for you. He is the spirit messenger. He is ruled by Mercury, which is once again the communicator, the great communicator. So something where Sagittarians can sort of really, perhaps, you know, in terms of communication, how they get on with other people, how they can infect other people in their workplace or wherever with their, you know, with this communication and sort of getting people on board with their ideas. It's a very positive card, but it's also got a strong spiritual touch to it, which, you know, the ninth house is all about, and Sagittarians generally love that kind of energy. They love finding out about why things are and this sort of other world, if you like, the other dimensions that we can't see, but we are aware of their presence. Okay, let's see what was happening in June, July for you, Sag, and it was Cancer time. And we had the Seven of Wands. Oh no, Seven of Coins, sorry. So very much a time, quite a stagnant time in terms of action, Sag, but then again, time to reflect. Very much a reflective card on how far you've come this year with projects, with yourself, with your just day-to-day routines and how you're sort of managing everything. So the Seven of Coins is very much a card of you've cultivated quite a bit this year. Things are going well, and it's been, I think, June, July was the time where you just kind of had to step back and have a look at what you have created. So it's a lovely card to have, and often we can do this in the emotional sphere. So Cancerian time is a highly emotional few weeks we've just come out of, but it's also a time of great reflection. So, you know, count yourselves lucky. Things have been going really well for you this year. If you've bothered to stand back and just go, you know what, I'm doing okay. Nice card, and it still has a lot of influence at the moment, Sag, so well done there. Recent influences, we have the Ten of Wands, a classic Sagittarian card, taking on too much, feeling a bit exhausted, probably from all the emotion of June, July, feeling a bit burnt out because you did take on too much in terms of whether it was work or people. I tend to sort of think this is more work and trying to balance everything out, but then found yourself a bit sort of low on energy at the end. The energy tank was literally flashing red, Sag. And that's a card that you will often get because that's how you operate. It's all or nothing. So, yeah, recoup. Let's now see what is the lesson for you in this time. And we have the Lovers, so we have relationships poking their head up for a bit of a look-see. So what's going on with the Lovers is it's talking about relationships. And if we can refer back to the energy around is the Ace of Cups. So there could be a relationship that's just sort of sitting there, and you've got to make a decision about it. But it's a big decision, and you've got to decide what that relationship actually is to you. Is it, you know, has it turned a corner? Is it something you still want? Is it there? But this Ace of Cups here indicates that it's a strong soulmate connection on whichever level. It can be on an intimate level, but it also can be a relationship that's just on like a friendship level. But it's like that person is meant to be there for you to learn from, and them to learn from you, vice versa. So this is going to be the lesson this next 4 weeks, Sag. So just looking over all your relationship scape, if you like, and just see what these relationships are. They're not necessarily intimate, close relationships. They can be all sorts of relationships that you foster and that you have in your life. Near future, we have clarity with the Ace of Swords. So there we have another ace. So really looking at things with clarity. The Ace of Swords comes along, and it's often this sort of refreshing card because it sort of cuts through all the crap that goes on, all this sort of, and you know, often with all of us as human beings, we have these fantastical sort of scenarios, and especially with relationships. And then if they don't turn out to be anything or what we expected, there's a big letdown, isn't there? It's like a big adrenaline dump. It's, oh, well, why did I build myself up for that? So this Ace of Swords comes in to sort of really clarify what's going on where in your relationships, whether they're worth sustaining or whether they're worth just having a holiday from, virtually, Sag. But you're looking at it with clear eyes. You're not looking at it with a fantasy tinge. You're thinking, yeah, well, you know, really? So I'll leave that there. Let's see what's happening you're not realising, especially connected to this one. And we have Justice, so it's karmic, very much a karmic time for you. So with this relationship story being the lesson and you having clarity, and clarity enough to see it for what it is and what karmic lesson you have here, Sag, with this relationship, whichever one is sort of more important to you or in the frame at this time. It's very much a karmic exchange. So it doesn't really matter on what level it is, but it's about sort of realising that it's there for a reason and for the betterment of yourself and of the other person, of course. Okay, and to be able to see it clearly without any fantasy or emotion in it. I'm thinking, you know, it is a very soulmatey energy, but soulmates can be on all levels, not just on the really intimate level. Very nice card. Let's see how other people are seeing you, Sag. The Chariot. So the fast-moving energy of the Chariot, very much the victory card, very much emotional discipline, having it together, or sort of, yeah, the journey of just in life of just trying to balance everything up all the time, trying to sort of create an environment in your life where everything is, you know, you're emotionally disciplined, so to speak. And that's the theme of the Chariot to me. It's about disciplining yourself, not going over the top with relationships, really, you know, seeing them for what they really are rather than thinking, oh, it's a, you know, soulmate, so, oh, I'm meant to be together with this person forever in time. But that's necessarily not always so. And then we get disappointed. So once again, Sag 2, perhaps you, as other people see you, either need to get that emotional discipline happening, or you have got it happening according to them. But for you, it's about you to ponder that for this next month too. But it's an ongoing work in progress, isn't it? To try and always create that balance for oneself. Okay, let's see what you're feeling positive about. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, stick up for yourself, defend your territory, realise that you're just as important as anyone else. If there is a competition going on, or if there is, you have to be careful with competitiveness too, Sag. You know, you're just as good as anyone else, but mind how you project that competitiveness, not pushing people out of the way so you can get to the front. It's all about, you know, doing it in a skillful way. And also with this clarity here with the Ace of Swords. So it looks like a very interesting month. But also to you with the 7 of Wands, it means that you're sort of getting to sort of see the journey that you're on and what it means to you, and how you sort of achieve what it is you want to achieve without being too sort of pushy or arrogant in terms of that. Not that you would feel that, but sometimes with that competitive edge it can come across as that. Okay, let's see the final outcome. And we have the Page of Wands coming up at the final outcome. So a nice way to finish off the month of Leo, the 4 weeks of the Leo energy. News coming to you that you're waiting for. Good news usually. So, you know, get those holiday applications in, or whatever it is that you're wanting to do, you know, for the next, the season after this, which is Virgo. Good news is coming here for people that really put in a lot of energy and action this month, especially starting new things. You will see with the Page of Wands that you can commence that and do really well with that energy going forward. Okay, let's see your little message from the Buddha reading cards. And we have the Path. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. The path to enlightenment is an endless process. You have to practice diligently and with discipline. Eventually you'll become the path itself, and fewer struggles and sufferings will come your way. Ongoing progress, isn't it, Sag? Thanks so much for listening, and it looks like a great month, so enjoy it.